What is up, YouTube? Back with a different type of video today. Today I'm gonna be talking about more of the mental side of trading. Um, you know, how to think, what type of mindset to have, what type of mindset wins more, all that. So just to start off, what I'm about to say is gonna be more towards people who have had a payout or two or starting to be profitable. Um, but it also goes to people who haven't got the payout yet. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is after your first payout or two, your ego and your confidence is gonna be like through the roof, and I just want to say like, whenever you take that first payout or two, if you're feeling hot, like you should not size down. Do regular size or more if you're on a streak, if you're feeling hot, whatever. But once you start losing one or two trades in a row, you should definitely de-risk because guessing you already take a payout. If your balance was at 3K, you took a 1K payout, and now you're at 2K and you took one or two losses. Like your accounts are like at 1,000 or 1,500. So that's when you should try to size down and keep the counts alive, because it's not easy to run up accounts, the buffer, and then actually get a payout as well. So just keeping those payouts alive, and you never know, you can be in eval jail after that too, and you could mentally, outside of trading in the real world, have something going on that's ruining something for you. So yeah, just kind of keeping the accounts alive after your first payout or two, and kind of keeping your ego to a minimum. Of course, after your first payout, you're gonna be super excited. Your ego's gonna be high. You're gonna be overconfident. You're gonna be like, "I'm on top of the world." Like legit, if I can make money right beside my bed in an hour every day, like I could do anything in the world. But yeah, you know, but I mean, you know you're gonna blow those accounts one way or another, and on purpose or by accident. And you're going to have to go through a new set of accounts, and whenever you go through those new set of accounts, you're gonna realize like, wow, like I had such a good setup on those accounts. I already passed with the buffer and everything. Like it's you look over the fact of how important those accounts are. So yeah, next thing I wanted to talk about was kind of the mentality to stay profitable, not to just to get to the first level of like the first payout, but to actually stay profitable. Um, how you can like stay profitable mentally, like with your mentality, is number one, being staying consistently profitable. You need to have discipline, and you need to be in control of your mind. And if you don't do that in anything else in your life, like you're going to fall into bad habits. If you don't have good discipline, and let's say you're not going to the gym every day, or diet wise you're not, you're eating like bad stuff every day, and outside of trading your life is very undisciplined, not, you don't go through a specific schedule every day, or you eat bad, like that slowly is going to creep into your trading. And once you think you're profitable, it's all the bad habits are going to come in. So kind of that outside of trading mindset of going to the gym, or playing basketball with your friends, or tennis, or eating, at least eating healthy, or going on a 30-minute walk to keep your body active and your mind have some peace and quiet. um that's definitely what's going to keep you profitable, because if your life is surrounded by disciplined things, and a schedule, and your days being predictable, that's gonna also go into your trading, because then you're going to you're not going to you're gonna wake up every day on time. You're gonna take down one or two trades max, two losses max, you're done. So yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about. And then lastly, the last thing I wanted to talk about was how you can use your payout to your advantage. Um, so let's say you take one 10K payout, right? Just one. Um, if you take a 10K payout, on the higher side, you're gonna pay like 30% in taxes. So let's say 3K to the side. Now you have seven. Now you have seven bands. If you still have their accounts or not, let's say you blew your accounts, but you got the 10K payout. You should spend. It doesn't matter how much you spend. If you spend 1,000 on accounts, 2,000 on a lot of Apex accounts, doesn't matter. If it's on accounts, you can't be cheap, because that's your job, that's your company, that's your ROI that you're gonna have. So if you spend 2K on accounts and now you're down to 5K, that's completely fine. But you should keep that 5K, because if you go into eval jail, or if you get overconfident, you blow one, two, three sets of accounts, not just regular accounts, sets of accounts back to back, you're gonna be instantly down thousands, even though you might be up, you know, all time on trading. So yeah, bro. I mean, just try not to get greedy. Try to stay humble. One, two losses max. If you have a $300 max loss, $500 max loss, and just don't really get into buying stuff yet, especially your first one, bro. Like, I mean, your first payout, the chances of it being luck are pretty high, bro. I mean, it's your first time doing it. If you had like three winning trades in a row, like luckily, like, I mean, that's all it takes to be 90% there to a payout, you know. So having a 1 week perfect win rate, winning three or four trades, can basically almost get you a payout. So it's definitely not something um, that should keep your ego too high. Having only one payout. Um, but yeah, other than that, just try not to spend it on anything crazy. Like, I understand if you want to spend 100 on a dinner with your mom, or 100 to get your parents something. Yeah, of course, but don't be trying to gamble it, or don't be gambling accounts crazy. Like, of course, risk on evaluations, um, but just try to keep that money as much as you can, so then eventually you can make your own live account. Um, but yeah, I mean, other than that, just keeping your ego low, keeping your confidence high, and just follow your rules, keep your discipline inside and outside of trading, have a life outside of trading, so you don't trade after hours, you don't trade when the new day opens, and you take these stupid losses and you're like, bro, why am I even trading? You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, other than that, um, I might not be trading too much this week. It is a short week and it's FOMC and I'm out of town, so I mean, I might trade one day this whole week, but we'll see. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next probably trade recap. Yeah. But yeah, I'll see you guys. Peace.